Uibariki Tanzania, dumisha uhuru na umoja wake kwa waume na watoto. Mungu ibariki Tanzania na watu wake. Ibariki Tanzania, ibariki Tanzania, tubariki watoto wa Tanzania.
How we solve this? You can pause. Remember, we are using the method, we call it the active teaching system. For you, you can call it active learning system. What does it mean? A student is the center of learning system. So whenever I write a question, you are allowed to press the buttons to stop, either on your mobile phone or on your iPad or in the computer. Stop the video. Once you stop it, take your rough paper, not your exercise book that you are copying these notes, because you have to copy these notes. They are worth. Okay? So it means that you can copy the notes, and what it means that you can copy the notes. It means what just I want to ask you that. So you can copy it. You can copy it. You can copy it. You can, yeah. So what I'm telling you means that you can take your rough paper. You should even copy the questions, but you can try to solve that question, example 33, yourself. Once you finish, you click the buttons of continue to watch. It means the buttons of play, and then you see how you solved it. And from there, you can correct all the mistakes that you've been doing repeatedly or in different cases, or you can realize that you didn't understand. You have to go back to the concept first. All right? Thank you for your cooperation. So now I assume that you have solved it. You have tried to solve it yourself. So let us solve together. Find the value of x so that the points A, B, and that ones are what? Are points lying on the same line. So simply say that for the first step. So say that what data are we given? So the data given in that question. First data will be given is point A, which is 1, 3. Then point B, which is what? -2, -3. And then what? And B point C, which is x, 7. Means that okay, the value of x, so that point C, okay? This is what I've been given. So then what I have to this is the condition I've been given. You say that if point A and B and C are, so you can write data given, or just you can say that that's the summary of the data. So summary of the given data. I think that for mathematicians this sounds more. So if point A, B, and C are on the same line, then find value of what? Value of x. So the value of x is what is required at the first step. So we go into the second step. We call the theorem of collinear. We call the theorem of collinear points, which is stated that this one. We say that if 3 or more than 3 points line on the same line, on the same straight line, then the slope of two points on that line is the slope is the same. So means that is equal to the slope of other two points. So this is how we state the theorem. Simply, the theorem states that if we have collinear points, we have 3 or more than 3 points lying on the same straight line, then the slope of any two points, the slope of the line, so the slope of a line between 2 points, and 2 points on the line, 2 points on that line is equal to the slope of other 2 points in the same line. So simply we have equal slopes of the any 2 points. Are we together? So it means that, what does it mean? For example, if point A, B, and C are collinear points, you should not write too much of information like this in exam. Just to say that for collinear points, so to say that if point A and B and C are collinear points, then the slope from point A or to point B will be equal to the slope from point B to point C. And also will be equal to the slope of what? From point A to point C. So remember that you can have a straight line in an XY plane like this. Okay? So you can have an XY plane like this. So this is Y axis and this is X axis. And this is the line. So you can have point A here, you can have another point B here, and have another point C here. So this is figured 10.4. So these 3 points, we call them collinear points. So remember this one. So in exam, you have to say that for collinear points, slope of AB is equal to slope of BC is equal to slope of AC. Then you choose either to use slope of AB is equal to slope of BC, or you choose this, to equate the slope of BC and the slope of of AC. So we've been given these 3 points, A, B, C. So for this case, whatever that you use either, this one, so it means you can have 3 formulas. The first one, slope of AB is equal to slope of BC, that's the first formula. Then the second one, slope of AB, slope between the point, the slope of the line between AB is equal to the slope of the line between AC. Also, slope of the line between BC is equal to the slope of the line between AC. So you have those 3 formulas. We use either of them. Okay? But the second step. So the second step of solving this problem. So let us choose that use slope of AB is equal to slope of AC. Okay, it's equal to the slope of BC. Use this formula to find the value of x. How? So here we have slope of AB should be equal to the slope of BC. for the slope of AB. Slope of line AB, we say that we have to change in y over changing in x between point AB. This will be equal to change in y over change in x between point 20 BC. So change in y for the line AB, suppose this is x2, so it means you can go further. So this is y2 minus y1 over what? Over x2 minus, so you can say that you can even call it y of b minus y of a, then x of b minus x of a. This will be equal to what? Y coordinates of c minus y coordinates of b. Then we have what? X coordinate of c minus x coordinate of b. So y coordinate of b is what? Negative 3 minus y coordinates of a is what? It is 3. Divided. X coordinate of b is what? It's negative 2. Then x coordinate of 8 is what? It's 1. This is equal to what? Y coordinate of c is what? It is 7. Y coordinates of b is what? Negative 3. Then we have what? X coordinate of c is what? X. Y coordinate of 8 is what? No, x coordinate of 8 is what? Is 1. So you can also have bracket like this. So negative 3 minus 3 is what? It's negative 6 of what? Negative 2 minus 1 is what? It's negative 3. So this is equal to what? 7 minus negative 3, this makes what? 10 of what? Over x minus 1. So negative 6 over negative 3, this makes 2 is equal to what? Is equal to 10 over x minus 1. This 2 is over 1. So cross multiplication. So cross multiplication. So once we cross multiplication, we find what? So let me continue. So we had what? We had 2 over 1 is equal to 10 over x minus what? Minus 1. Cross multiplication, 1 times 10 is 10. 10 times 1. And here is equal to 2 times x minus 1. So 10 times 1 is 10. 2 times x is 2x. 2 minus 1 is negative 2. So make x the subject. So we have 12 is equal to 2x over 2 over 2. So x is equal to 6. The question asks us to find what? Find the value of x. So therefore we conclude that the value of x is what? The value of x is 6. That's the response for example 33. So my question before I present to you example 34. Have you understood how should we solve example 33? If the answer is yes, please let me get your feedback by writing in the comment section that, sir, thank you, I've understood the solution of what example 33. If you didn't understand, please let me in the comment section, sir, or excuse me, sir, I didn't understand the solutions of example 33. Thank you very much for your cooperation. So ladies and gentlemen, let me take you into example 34. It's 6 or 3. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake here. Thank you, God. So the mistake is on the right hand side. I have to take y of c minus y of b, not y of a. So the answer is 96. So thank you, God. God, the Holy Spirit has reminded me. Excuse me for making that mistake. Think even yourself, as a consumer, you've seen that I made a mistake. So y of c it is 7, minus y of b it is negative 3. So the denominator is correct. Then x of c is x, and x of b is negative 2. Unfortunately, I took x of point A, which is 1. So this is the mistake that I did. So it is x of c it is x, minus x of b it is negative 2. So x minus negative 2. So this will make positive what? Positive 2. Because x minus negative 2, it is x plus 2. And this will make your positive 2. Positive 2, okay? This will make your positive 2. And this will make your this is positive 2. So if you expand, so we have what? So 2 times, so it will be 2 times x plus 2. So it is 10 is equal to 2 times x is 2x plus 4. Here it is 10 minus 4 is equal to twice x. 10 minus 4 it is what? It is 6. It's equal to 2x over 2 over 2. So x is equal to what? X is equal to 3. So here we have x is equal to what? To 3. The value of x is what? Of x is what? Is 3. That's the response. Huh? So we are done with that. Then next example. It's example 34, which is now this example talks about what? Talks about parallel lines. And this example 34 also it's come from the same book. Yeah, it's come from the same book. Same book. So mean that we have to change the number here. I took it from secondary basic mathematics. 4. So I took it from secondary basic mathematics from 4. Okay, my dear students, now it's the time to enjoy. So example 34. A line through the point through the point 3, 1 3, 1 is parallel to the line 16x minus 4y, and this is equal to what? Is equal to 3. Find the equation of the line. Find the equation of the line. So a line through the point 3, 1 is parallel to the line 16x minus 4y. Minus 4y is equal to 3. Find the equation of the line. So a line through the point 3, 1 is parallel to the line 16x minus 4y is equal to 3. Find the equation of the line. So a line through point 3, 1 is parallel to the line 16x minus 4y is equal to 3. Find the equation of 40 of that line, which is parallel to 16x minus 4y is equal to 3, and also that line passes through point 3,1. So remember the system, which system is Olenjolai is using for digital teaching? The system I'm using is called OT. It's called OT. It's called Active Teaching or Active Learning System, where the students is the center of learning. So you can pause the video, take your rough paper, and try to solve example 34, because you can solve it yourself. And once you have finished, you click the patterns of play to see the correct solution that I will be solving together with you. Do it now. Thank you for comprehending. Solution. This question is simple. It's simple. It's not difficult. So, a line through 23, so you say that you can, maybe the first step, can summary of given data. You allow in mathematics. So the given data will be given a point where this line is passing, t3, 1. Then also it will be given a parallel line. So parallel line is given as what? 16x minus 4y is equal to 23. So what are we asked to find? So equation of a line, this is what required. Then we go into the second step. The second step, we say this one. Find the slope of the given line. Why should we find the slope of given line? Once we got it, I will tell you the reason of the given line. So so what line are we given? So which line are we given? So it is 16x minus 4y is equal to what? 23. So to find the slope or gradients of this line, we have to express, so suppose that this is question 1. So we have to express what? So express equation 1 above in this form. Y is equal to mx plus what? Plus c. So here it is what? Here it is 16x minus 4y is equal to 23. So make y the subject. So simply here we have to make y the subject. If you want to express equation 1 in this standard form of equation of the line, you have to make y the subject. So to make y the subject, we have to subtract 16x to both sides minus 4y, both sides of the equation, and here we have 23 minus 16x. So 16x minus 16x, we get 0 minus 4y is equal to 23 minus 16x. So here it is negative 4y is equal to 23 minus 16x divided by negative 4 divided by negative 4 divided by negative 4. Y is equal to, so this is equal to negative 23 over 4. Then negative, so negative is what? It is positive. 16 over 4, it is 44x. So the equation of the line now, if you write in this form, where we start with slope, x coordinates plus the y-intercept. So we write as y is equal to 4x. This is negative. So minus what? Minus 23 over 4. So now we have our equation 2. So how can we find the slope? Okay, how can we find the slope of the given line? So we go into the steady state. So the steady state, we say that compare question 2 with what? I'm writing steps for you to remember. What are we doing? We're sorting. We start at the question, y is equal to mx plus c. So here we have y is equal to 4x, that's question 1, minus 23 over 4. So you compare with y is equal to mx plus c. So if you do compare, we find that mx is equal to, so mx is equal to 4x. So x and x cancel, so the slope of the given line is equal to 4. Again, if you want to go furthermore, c is equal to negative 23 over 4, which means the y-intercept. So now we have a slope of the given line, which you can call it slope 1. Okay? So we go now into the next step. You know what the next step, can you predict? Best mathematics from 4 is beautiful. Corner geometry is very beautiful topic, more than you think. Isn't it? To me, it's a beautiful subject. Best concept is a beautiful subject. It's one of my favorite subjects. Since I met it until I will leave this planet else, I'll never hate it. I'll never stop learning it. So we say that this will make it the first step. So the first step, we say that so given line, which now we can call it y is equal to what? Is equal to 4x. Okay, so let me just write the given line. The given line is what? Given line, which is 16x minus what? Minus 4y is equal to what? Is equal to 23. Is equal to 23 is parallel. So given line 16x minus 4y is equal to 23 is parallel to the unknown line. So because it's parallel, so we say that slope of the line 16x minus 4y is equal to 23 is equal to slope of unknown line. So simply we say that from the concept of slopes of parallel lines, say slope 1 is equal to slope 2, simple language. So slope 1 is equal to 4, and this is equal to slope 2. So now for the unknown lines, we have two properties. The first property, we have the slope of the unknown line, which is equal to 4, and also we have a point where this line is passing, which has been given to us 3,1. So this is the information. So the fifth step, we say that let us let arbitrary point. So let us let arbitrary point, which can contemplate P, which is x, y, and find what? And find now what equation, because we have three information. So the first one is a slope, and the second one is what? Is a known point where the line passes, and the third one, the third information is arbitrary point. So we say that from slope is equal to what? Change in y over change in x, and this is equal to what? y2, which is y, minus y1, which is 1, over what? x2, which is x, just like that, minus 3, which is what? x1. And this is equal to what? The slope. What the slope of the unknown line is 4. So ladies and gentlemen, we have y minus 1 over x minus 3. This is equal to what? To 4 over 1. We cross multiplication. Once we cross multiplication, we have 4 times x minus 3. this is equal to what? 1 times y minus 1. So 4 times x, it is what? 4x. 4 times 3, it is what? 12. It's equal to 1 times y, it is what? Y. Y minus 1. Okay? So make way the subject. So here we have 4x minus 12 plus 1 is equal to y minus 1 plus 1. So let me continue in this section. So if you make it, so afterward we remain with y is equal to what? Is equal to 4x minus 12 plus 1. So y is equal to what? 4x minus 11. Let me check. Yeah, that's the response. So therefore, ask to find out the equation of the line. Therefore, the equation should not just write this way and then you leave it. No, the equation of the line, is what? Is y is equal to 4x minus 11. Or you may express it in this form. It's fine. Okay, so take some few seconds, my dear student, to think about what? Take some few seconds, my dear student, to think about how do we solve example 34. And the fundamental question and the fundamental common questions of Olenjolai is actually, did you understand the solutions of example 34? If the answer is yes, let me know in the comment section. If the answer is no, let me know in the comment section. I'm waiting your comment, my dear student. So that's all about example 34. Do you still need more examples or you are tired? So that we may end there. Tell me in the comment section. Are you enjoying the beauty of coordinate geometry? Is the answer yes or no? Let me know in the comment section also. Okay, so we still have 2 questions which are very important. Okay, this one is just a repetition. This is so this is the repetition. Yeah, so we still have 1 question that I should teach you to solve it, and then I leave 2 questions for the homework. Are you ready for that? And this is all. Now we are going to solve questions from exercise 1.4 in this book called Secondary Basic Mathematics, book 4. So in this book, which you can order it online, and I will ship it to you in any regions. Very important book, and it's a good book. I recommend all my online students to have this book as their own books in order to do wonders in basic mathematics. So it's actually exercise 1.4a. So which has how many questions? Generally, it has this exercise. It contains 12 questions. We won't have enough times to do all the 12 questions. I'll be encouraging you by solving only 3 questions, because other questions are not about parallel lines. The other questions here are about perpendicular line, which I will teach you in the next session, which will be session 11. So I will teach you only 1 question of parallel lines, and I will leave 2 questions of parallel lines, which actually I have taught you the concept. The first question, I test your understanding about how we solve the example 33, and the second questions for the homework test your understanding about how we solve the example 34. So now I want to present to you, or to introduce to you example 35, which actually is concept question. First of all, write that this is the concept question. So I refer Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 4 by Tanzania Institute of Education, exercise 1.4a. If you want to know the page, this page is found in page 24, 25. And now I'm going to solve only question 6. So here is the question 6. Show that the following equations represent the sides of a parallelogram. So you have equation A, we have 3x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. We have Roman B, this is 2x minus 5y minus 10 is equal to 0. This is Roman C, 6x plus 8y plus 13 is equal to 0. D, 6x minus 15y plus 25 is equal to 0. Show that the following equations represent the sides of a parallelogram. So question what? So question 6a. So it means show that the following equations represent the sides of parallelogram. Roman A, 3x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. B, 2x minus 5y minus 10 is equal to 0. C, it is 6x plus 8y plus 13 is equal to 0. D is 6x minus 15y plus 25 is equal to 0. So you have to show that the following equation represent the sides of 40 of a parallelogram. So you see that how mathematics sometimes can change the tune from the tune that you have been playing to the new tune. So it means that this question, you can pause also the video. It doesn't mean that because I wrote the concept that you can solve it. No, I know that you can solve it. Because some students, they can solve it, some of them, they cannot solve it. This question, so pause the video and try to solve example 35 on the piece of graph paper before we solve together. This question actually that it's really testing your understanding, your comprehensions about parallel lines. Why? Because parallel lines also, it means the parallel lines can be joined to form a particular figure. So this is the question of parallel lines. It's not just the questions outside, means that which is actually asking about something else. Parallelograms is actual. Parallelograms is the dimensional figure, because the dimensional figure which contains 4 sides, but each of its 2 sides are parallel. So simply a parallelogram, the 4 sides of a parallelogram are parallel lines. That's the technique. So solution. Okay, so we'll be given these equations. So we have a list of the equations. So we have to show. So in case of we have to show, we have to go straight forward to the point, to the target. The first step, we have to recall the property of. So you have to recall. So say that recall the property of. So recall properties, or recall the property of parallel lines of 40 of a parallelogram. Do you know the secret? The word parallelogram from here means that from parallel. So this is all about the parallel. Ogram, it means that it's a joining, or it's a process, or it's a geometrical process of joining these parallel lines. So parallelogram is a word formed by two words, parallel and the ogram. So ogram is a process of joining these parallel lines to form a particular figure, whether rhombus or whether a rhombus or a parallelogram, right? And parallel means parallel. Two lines which not meet, or not intersecting at any point. Okay, so this is just the detail. So recall the property of parallel lines of a parallelogram. What is that property? We say that, so in parallelogram, in a parallelogram, the two opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel. So the two opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel lines. That is, so a parallelogram consists two pair of parallel lines. That to say means that so the parallelogram consists two pair of parallel lines. Two pairs of 40, two pairs of parallel lines. So I'm drawing or I'm sketching a parallelogram and remind you about parallel sides of a parallelogram. So a parallelogram has four sides and also it has four angles. So you see that this line and this line are parallel. So the second stage, so sketch the parallelogram. So let us label A, B, C, D. So side AB is parallel to side DC. So these are parallel sides, and you see that they are opposite sides. So this side AB is opposite to DC, and side DC is opposite to AB. Side AD is opposite to side DC. Okay? You can also have something for diagonal, you can have angles here, so you can have more information, but our focus is what is parallel lines, right? And this will be figured. So this is our figure 10.5. In this figure 10.5, we say that two pairs or 42 pairs of paralines of a parallelogram. So 2 sides 2 means the 2 pairs of parallel lines of a parallelogram. Okay. So from this means that is from figure 1, figure 10, 20. So from figure 10, 25, you find that side AD is parallel to side BC, and also side DC is parallel to side AD, because they are parallel. So you say that now slope of side AD is equal to slope of the side BC. This should be the next step, the third step. We call the formula of parallel line, the formula of slopes of parallel lines. So recall the formula of slopes of parallel lines. So you say for this one, the slope of AD is equal to slope of 40 line BC. And they also, so you can use this one, and they also, or that is question 1, the slope of BC is equal to slope of 40 of AB. So this is form what in question 2. Okay. So it means how many questions will be given? We'll be given question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. So we cannot, we don't know that whether question 8 is this line, it's a question for this line, or for this line, or for this line, for this line, for this line. The only way that we can know we can identify the questions of 2 parallel lines if we use these 2 formulas. That's the only way. Okay? So these 2 formulas are the one that can, so even if you are not allowed to write that, maybe suppose this is question A, this is question B, this is question C, question D, because question A means line A cannot be parallel with line D, or line A cannot be parallel with line D. So you have to be careful in that part. Do you enjoy the beauty of coordinate geometry? Tell me in the comment section below. Do you enjoy the beauty of basic mathematics for the form 4? Tell me in the comment section below. Okay, so for that case, we go into the first step. You know the first step that you have to do. The first step now, we say that let us find the slope of each given lines, straight lines. And this is a teaching methodology or teaching techniques that God has been teaching me for several years. That my son, if you want your students to understand physics, chemistry, mathematics, engineering, programming, teach them how to solve questions by following steps and write the descriptions of each steps. So from there, they will understand your contents, and also later on, in case they forget, if they review your teaching, they will understand it quickly, because they'll be, for example, in case of mathematics, they won't just solving your questions from the beginning to the end, but also they have some key point descriptions that what are we doing here? What are we doing next? What are we doing next? What are we doing next? And you have to write those descriptions in English, in simple phrases of English, so that the students can remember them. And this is you can follow these steps on solving any questions of certificate secondary education examination, means of next exam. So if in your final exam, you may follow these steps to solve problems, because even myself, during my undergraduate studies, I used to follow these steps whenever I want to solve a question. Alright? That is the secret. You get only in Tanzania, online, ordinary, secondary school. So to find the slope of each given straight lines, we have to express. So we have to express each given line in form of y is equal to mx plus c. So for that equation, you have 3x plus what? 3x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. So make right the subject. 3x minus 3x plus 4y minus 12 plus 12. So substitute by 3. So here you have 0 minus 3x minus 12. So you're making y the subject. So simply it means here, make y the subject of the equation. So here we remains what? 4y. 4y, so this will be negative 3x minus 12. So just in making y the subject. So 4, divided by 4, divided by 4. So simply y is equal to negative 3 over 4x minus 3. So this is equation 1. So to find its slope, we have to compare it. So compare equation 1 with what? With y is equal to mx plus c. And this is slope 1, let's say. So if you compare, you find that slope 1 is equal to what? Is equal to negative 3 over 4. Okay? So you can call this one as what? Equation 2. That's the for labeling. So we are done with the question A, or equation 1, which is the question of example 35 Roman A. Then we have to do the same process for question B. So question B we have what? We have 2x minus 5y minus 10 is equal to 0. So because you know how to write the subject, with this one, I'll be just writing in short, because I've told you follow just these steps to make write the subject. Okay? So remember that here even we ask you to make y the subject of the question. So we say y, so we have negative 2x, and we have plus 10 divided by what? By 5. So once we get that, this is equal to negative 2 over 5x plus what? Plus 2. So this will make equation 3. So the next step we say that compare equation 3 with y is equal to m2x plus c. So from there, you can find that m2 is equal to what? Is equal to negative 2 over 5. So this can make it question 4. So we have slope of the two lines. So in case you have been listening, so you didn't copy the solution, I ask you now to pause the video and then copy the solution below, copy this solution, copy this solution. Once you are done, you click the buttons of play, because I want to leave the question there. So I would like to clean the second column of our blackboard. All right? Do you understand it? Do you understand what am I teaching you? Okay. So let us continue with our business of finding slope of the given lines. So here it is the fifth step. No, you're still in normal C. C it is what it is 6x. The given equation of the line 6x plus 80y plus what? Plus 13 is equal to 0. Then make y the subject. So y is equal to negative 6x minus 13 over 8. So this is equal to negative 3 over 4x minus 13 over 8. So then we have to compare. So this becomes what? Equation 5. So compare equation 5 with y is equal to mx plus c. And this is m what? M3. M3x plus c. So for that case, you say that now m3 is equal to negative 3 over 4. So m3 is equal to negative 3 over 4. Negative 3 over 4. So negative 3 over 4. That is question 6. Then we go for Roman D. So Roman D it is what? It is 6x minus 15y plus 25 is equal to 0. So make y the subject. Here we make what? Y the subject. Just to did it quickly. So even here make y there. Make y the subject. So to make y the subject for this case, it will be 6x plus 25 over 15 is equal to y. So in the other way, y is equal to 16 over 15. It is, if you simplify by 3, it is 3 over, it is 2. 6 over 3, it is 2. 15 over 3, it is 5. 2 over 5, x. Plus what? Plus 5. So 2 over 5. Let me check. So you have 2x in. This is positive. Positive. Wait a moment. So positive, this is negative here. So our slope is positive 2 over 5, and this is negative 2. So the y-intercept negative 2, the slope is 2 over 5. So even here, so we say that we compare, so this will make equation what? Equation 7. So compare equation 7 with y is equal to m4, subscript of 4x plus what plus c. And even also call this C4, whatever. So if you compare, you find that m4 is equal to 2 over 5. This will make what? Equation 8. That is all about the fourth step. We have done a lot of too much of work. We have to go to the fifth step. The fifth step now. The fifth step we say that compare the slopes of lines. So if you compare the slope of lines, means the slope of line with equation, the slope of line A, or it means that the slope of line A, which is M1, is equal to negative 3 over 4. Is it equal with M2? No. Is it equal with M3? Yes. Is it equal with M4? No. So for that case, means slope M3 means slope of the line given in question 6C is equal with the slope of the line given in equation 6A. For us, it means example 35A. We are done with that. We have slope 2, M2 is equal to 2 over 5. So 2 over 5, is it equal with this one? No. Is it equal with negative 3 over 4? No. Is it equal with 2? Is it equal to M4? Yes. So it means that the straight line in example 35, Roman B, is parallel with the straight line in example 35, Roman B. So the fifth state compare slopes of 40 of the lines. So if you compare, we find that slope 1 is equal to negative 3 over 4, and this is equal to slope 3. So what does it mean? This means that if you have equal slopes, means that these are parallel, opposite, parallel lines. Lines, parallel lines of 40. So this is the first pair of parallel lines of 40 of a parallelogram. Then if you compare, you also find that M2, which is equal to 2 over 5, is equal to M4. So this one proves that or show that this is the second pair of parallel lines. So the second pair of parallel lines of 40 of a parallelogram. So hence shown that the following questions represent sides of 40, hence show that the given equation, hence show that the given, so this is the conclusion, the given equations represents sides of 40, represents the sides of a parallelogram. Okay, so did you understand example 35? Please let me know your feedback in the comment section below. But take a minute, just take a few seconds to think about example 34, example 35. So if you take some few minutes to think about example 35, again I want to tell you that because I have recorded this video and it takes actual 2 hours, so I will break it down into session 10A and session 10B. So session 10A is called parallel lines, session 10B it is called the parallel lines, in order to reduce the time that you'll be spending on watching. So if you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, so now it's example 36, and this one is also from the same exercise, exercise 1.4a, but now it's not question number 6. I'll write that question, it's time for the homework. So this is the homework. This is homework. And this is homework what? Homework 10. This is homework 10. So this is question what? This is question 5. Question 5. So the question says that find the equation of a straight line. Find the equation of a straight line which passes through point A, negative 3, 4, and is parallel. To the line with equation 3x plus 4y minus 15. So find the equation of a straight line. Find the equation of the straight line which passes through point A, which is negative 3, 4, and is parallel to the line. With equation 3x plus 4y minus 15 is equal to 0. I believe it is a simple question. The second question for the homework, this is still homework 10 until method example set 7. The question states that refer secondary basic mathematics. Refer secondary basic mathematics book 4, page 25. Then solve question. So don't solve means write question 11 and solve it. That is all that you have to do. So we are teaching you the method. We call it what? We are using active teaching system, means active learning system, where a student is the center of learning system. Before I end this session, I would like to invite all our online community, our online students, to visit our Tanzania Online Ordinary Bookstore or our Tanzania Online Book Library, where you can access different books. You can order different books of basic mathematics, of physics, of chemistry from Form 1 to Form 4. This is the bunch of books of basic mathematics I'm using to prepare all the contents of each topic that I'll be teaching you. So you can order any of this book. The price is really cheap, because actually that we are trying to make sure that we keep our students with contents, and also we keep them with books where that they can go far as well as they can, and actually that they'll be well prepared. So you can order any of this book, and also you can order our classroom notes. You can also order for figure. So you can order basic, secondary basic mathematics, book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. Maybe there's another one called the Oxford Basic Mathematics. You can order also review for the Form 2, Nectar Form 2, review for the Form 4. So we have so many materials for you. These are not for me. I use it, but also it's for you, because I will be teaching you and also you'll be using them to go further as well as God will take you. Then how can you order? Please send it through this, send an SMS of your order through this telephone number 0759745331. Don't make a call, just send a message and introduce yourself, and then I would like to order secondary basic mathematics book 1. How much does it cost? I will call you and we finish the business. I know it's difficult to trust somebody you see online, but I want to tell you that these programs, we do it under fear of God. Lastly, but not least, also we like to invite every viewer to offer your thrilling Thanksgiving of any amount into our Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in Square Bracket, Olenjolai, in order to be a part of running cost on Productions Center or Multimedia Production Center, on Teaching Center. So it means that on every kind of the cost, it's very expensive to prepare one video. I want to tell you that, my dear students, until this program began, I spent, means that I offered it to my living God, to my Father who is in heaven, my offering from the work of my hands, especially in teaching, of more than millions of Tanzania shillings. And also the running cost is higher than the initial cost. So it doesn't mean that we'll fail, will not fail, because our sponsor and founder is our living God. But in case you feel from your heart, you like also to plant your seed, doors are open, you can plant your seed. We are receiving only offering. We don't receive any support or any help. Because why are we receiving offering? Because we like to see and we like to hear from you how God has rewarded you, how God has paid you back, how God has paid, our living God has paid you back on what you have offered. And then the blessing will be surrounding you, and you know that the Holy Spirit will testify in you that you know the offering that you of 100,000 Tanzania shillings that you offered for also to teach online students in the entire country of Tanzania. You know that that's why I came and rescued you from an accident. So, but before you do your transaction, because we like to see actual an invisible connections of your offering, because we like to ask you to send your offering to heaven, and then heaven will send to me. And how are you going to do that? By faith and by the word of God. So read first Exodus 75 verse 1 through 9, and Philippians chapter 4 verse 12 through 19, and Hebrew chapter 11 verse 1 through 4 before you do or you accomplish your business. Regardless of your religion, the Holy Bible is accessible. Just read and believe those words and put in practice in this platform, because we always pray for you, whether you offer your feeling Thanksgiving or you don't offer. Okay, so my dear students, this is the end of session 10A and session 10B. I invite you to join me in the next session, which I'll be teaching you, that session 11, and I will teach you the concept, we call it perpendicular lines in the XY plane. It means that in the coordinate geometry. Once I finish, then we'll be solving questions. We may do revisions, and then we'll jump into the next topic. But remember that I will teach 15 sessions of 40 of coordinate geometry, but the other sessions will be consisting questions of coordinate geometry from the different past papers, nectar past papers, or mock exam past papers, or pre-national past papers. So we'll be having so many informations after a short time. So keep praying for me, and I keep praying for you. Let us meet in the next session. I love you so much. Do you love me also? Tell me in the comment section. Let us have our Omega Thanksgiving prayer. Our Father who is near, we come before your presence. We say thank you for the great thing that you've done in session 10 of Parallel Lines. We give you all the glory and praise. Father, we come and declare what you've said in the book of Psalm 136, verse 1 through 3. Father, myself and my students also, we say that we give thanks to the God, for you are good, for your love endure forever. We give thanks to the God of gods, for your love endure forever. We give thanks to the Lord of lords, for your love endure forever. Father, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for your presence. We invite you in the next session. That will be session 11. In Jesus' name, amen. Congratulations. Thank you very much for joining me. See you in the next session. Keep enjoying the beauty of coordinating geometry. How are you, everybody who is watching this video? I'm very happy to have you, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you into this moment of testimony. So today I have prepared I have a testimony from one of my students. My name is Olenjolai&Nekinyi, or simply Olenjolai. I am a Tanzanian, and also I am a citizen of the Kingdom of Heaven by grace of God. I'm actually the founder of TANZANIA Online Ordinary Secondary School in Olenjolai, where I used to teach 12 subjects in physics, chemistry, basic mathematics, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4. So total of 12 subjects I used to teach by using the digital technology. So because that I used to teach online students, today I have a testimony from one of my students that I taught him in person or physically when he was in his undergraduate studies. So that's why I say that I have a good news, so you can take an advantage in order to make sure that you build your confidence. But again, one thing which I want to tell you that you have to listen carefully, because actually this man is going to answer so many questions and doubts about it also system or training system. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, students and parents, and every viewer, national and international, welcome. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome in excellent one of my students who's called the Benedict Busole. You are warmly welcome to testify before the online community. You are warmly welcome. So this is my student. His name is Benedict Busole. I'm very happy to have him. I would like to introduce you that right now there's millions of Tanzanian students and even international students who are watching this program, and actually they have so many questions whether these programs can benefit their life or not. So there's something else, because I don't teach them physically, but I taught you physically. So today you say that you would like to talk something, a word to these students who are watching the programs in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in Olenjolai. All the best.
Thank you so much. So right now we're in a room where there are actually no people, no one inside here. But I hope you better be there while watching this. So if you're watching this, you mean you are sitting really well where you're sitting, and we are hoping that you understand exactly what we are trying to tell you. So my name is Mr. Olenjolai said, my name is Benedict Busole. And we met in July a couple of years ago when I was doing my study at the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology. And that's where we met. And so I'm talking to you, and if I'm talking to you and you know you are in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, you know you have to understand somehow why you're doing what you're doing. At some point you'll have to choose if you're going to do art school or you're going to be doing science, okay? And doing what you're doing, understanding what you're supposed to be doing, there's those basic, really basic and important subject you have to understand. Maybe I'm not sure if I understood this when I was your age, but I'm hoping that by you listening to me, you will have a little bit of understanding of what you're supposed to. And some people amongst you who are really smart already enough, and I'm not saying anyone is dumb, but everyone is smart in one way or another. So you will have already understood that those physics, mathematics and chemistry classes are really important in whichever way you're going, and especially those people who are really willing to take science. And even if you're not willing to take science and you want to take science, but you have been made afraid of, because there are those areas where someone tells you maybe, science is too difficult, you cannot do it. No, it is not that it is too difficult. Maybe sometimes you have never gotten the opportunity of getting someone who is going to let you know how science works. Why do we say that an apple can fall down from a tree, and then there is some mathematical background behind that? There's some force that is pulling that thing. You see, all of those. Someone who teaches you well. So that is where Mr. Olenjolai came into That is how Mr. Olenjolai came into my life. That is how exactly he helped me understanding exactly what I was supposed to understand from this. Because there's some background sometimes when you have to understand in a concept that a teacher has to teach you in some specific way. So my young Mr. Olenjolai, as maybe I mentioned previously, it was a DIT, and I was doing computer engineering, and unfortunately I didn't have a really firm understanding of mathematics, and that is a really long story of why that happened. And maybe one of those is maybe I didn't take it too seriously when I was studying. So when I met him, we started having these late evening classes, and during those classes, like I said previously, like the repetition that is happening in the class, the relationship between the teacher and the student, the understanding of the subject itself, because even if you can go in class, but when the teacher isn't having that connection with you guys, and Mr. Olenjolai had that connection with us. He understood exactly why we didn't understand what we are supposed to carry on, and also he helped us into easing those modules. So in repeating, there's a power there in repeating the subject. So I'm really hoping that you will carry on. You don't have to give up. You don't have to underestimate yourself. You have to understand that whatever that he is teaching you, it is going to be important somewhere there, and you have to carry on with that module. And even if you're not opting not to take, you're not thinking of taking. You're not thinking of taking science as a class because you're afraid you're not going to be able to. But you do not have to be afraid, because the basics are already here. Once you gather those basics, toward there, you'll really be happy in getting these basics done, because that is the most important thing. So science is a really good thing, but once you have a good teacher, you will enjoy it more. So I believe and I know, because I'm here, I'm done with my bachelor studies, and a part of that it is Mr. Olenjolai who helped me a lot in something, because you are in Form 1, Form 2, there's something there called calculus, and Mr. Olenjolai really helped me a lot in that, until even I finished my study. So yeah, so I'm really hoping that you will get to study well, to repeat, and to follow up with this video. So thank you.
Okay, so I have one question before you end up, Mr. Benedict Busore. So in summary, Olenjolai has solved your problems academically. Is it academical?
Yes, academic.
So through what? Through teaching, through counseling, or?
Teaching and counseling. Most of the time, Mr. Olenjolai also helped us.
So it means Olenjolai solved one of your problems when you have been taking your bachelor studies.
Yes.
Can you maybe tell the online community which kind of the problem, in short?
Understanding of calculus.
Of engineering mathematics modules.
Yes.
For the how many semester? 4 semester?
For 4 semesters. Because I started taking the class in the first year, and then the second year, and then after that, I really had a grasp. He really helped me with the basics, so I could continue on my own.
Good. So to finalize this testimony part, what is your message? What do you tell the online students of Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4 who are watching you right now, and they have made them decisions to learn the beauty of basic mathematics, physics, chemistry online by using the contents provided by Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So what is your message? What could you like to tell them to take into considerations in order to be successful with this mode of digital educational system?
The first thing is, if you do not understand, do not be afraid. You can always ask questions. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can always ask questions on the comment section there. And the second point is, do not give up. Do not be afraid of something that someone has told you that maybe basic mathematics is difficult, and because you're like this, you cannot understand. No, you can always understand for as long as you have a good teacher. And I believe what you will be studying here is a good teacher teaching you. So because I'm a testimony, because I finished my bachelor degree, and I'm hoping that you do not give up. you keep on learning and you keep on asking questions. So you can learn this, and if you do not understand, you ask questions. And that is a really powerful message that I can have to give you.
Okay. So our dear students, this is the end of our testimony. I think that you heard so many things and you learned from my beloved student, Benedict Busole. So Benedict Busole, on behalf of online students and also on behalf of the founders of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School, I would like to thank you for your great
so much for
contribution.
having me.
Okay, for your great contribution. As well as you told the students, even concerning about your testimony, if they want to understand in detail, they have an option to ask you the questions in the comment sections of this video. And because you are the one of the follower, of the viewer, however that you have pursued, you have graduated, you are undergraduate studies, you are no longer studying basic matter, but because you love them as well as you are a computer engineer, so it means that even there you like to see the kids who are pursuing engineering in your area. So when they will ask you more questions in the comment section, I believe that you will cooperate with them. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so online community, this is the Olenjolai. We thank you very much for watching this testimony. In case you have any question, please ask in the comment section. So then see you in the next testimony. Bye bye. Enjoy basic mathematics and enjoy learning training.
Mo